Said everybody ready? Nobody says anything. Anyway, hi everybody. I hope everybody's having a great week. Happy Monday. We actually made it on a Monday this week, and it was a crazy weekend. We had a wedding this weekend at our farm, which went great. All in all, it went great. You have to admit, like everything, we had great weather.
Oh, it was perfect.
Yeah, so
everything about it.
It was good. It was a lot of work because we did everything we could to save money because weddings are expensive, and so
it was still outrageously expensive.
Yes, but yeah, even so. But regardless, we had the tent set up. We had a big tent, and we did all the tables ourselves, put all the cutlery out, the whole thing. That was a ton of work, back and forth, and we did the whole tear down afterwards. But it worked great. It was a beautiful wedding. I could not be happier. Our son Everett got married to Sophia, who is wonderful. We're so happy to have her in our family.
She's beautiful. She's
it was great.
Prettier than all of us.
She is. Yeah.
And she's pretty inside and out.
That's right. Yeah. I even did a one-line speech. I told Everett, I want to say something. I am so, it's funny. I've got a YouTube channel and I'm talking in front of you guys now. It's very hard for me to talk in front of a lot of people. It's funny. Like if I'm talking about art, it's easy. If I'm talking about anything else, it's very difficult. And I really wanted to do it. And so we didn't write anything down because I talked to Meredith beforehand. And she said, we'll just say something. And I said, okay, great. Well, anyway, she does this whole speech off the cuff that was incredible. And I'm standing there thinking, I can't follow up with this. So I basically said, Everett, you're a great kid. I'm so, privileged to have you in my life, and you met a wonderful, and I'm like, this is all I got, which something. Anyway, it was a great wedding.
If it makes you feel better, Sophia's brother didn't even finish his speech because he got so nervous.
And I thought he did really well. Like looking at it from the outside, I thought it worked really well. It was a good speech. All right. So tonight is our giveaway stream for 575,000 subscribers, which is a massive milestone. When I made the thumbnail for this, I have to admit, I never actually look at the YouTube channel, which is something I really like. I do the videos and I send them to Jamie, who edits them, and he puts them up and does everything. And it's so good. And which is why I'm doing more videos now. I just wouldn't be able to do it otherwise. So I never actually see the channel, and I've totally lost track. I wrote 675,000. I didn't give you an idea of where I'm, I had no idea. So Eric said, no, it's 500 anyway. So we got the number fixed.
Before we start,
yeah,
we also have an announcement.
Okay.
We are going to be doing on the channel. What are we doing, Dave?
It'd be nice if people would actually talk to me about what these announcements are.
All right. Do you want me to not announce it?
We'll talk. You know what? I think I know where you're going. We'll talk about it next week. For this week, we're going to get started.
We're never going to get more people watching than this week because everybody wants to get something in the giveaway.
Okay. We're going to do member stream or member.
We're going to do memberships.
And we're going to have a few things for that. We'll be discussing that coming up over the next couple of weeks, and we'll get that set up. And basically, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a chance to do some things that are more difficult to do otherwise. Also, it's a chance for me to be able to keep the channel going because now that we have an incredible
Jamie's costing us money.
He is, and he's worth every penny, but we do need to pay for it. So
now you guys got to pay for it.
There you go. All right. Anyway.
Hey, you can't get something for nothing these days. It's the cost of your Tim Hortons coffee.
Sure. Look, the fact is this channel has never been a money-making endeavor for me. That's not how I've looked at it, which is why I have done like Squarespace, which is great, and nothing against Squarespace or any advertiser. I don't do that. I don't enjoy doing it. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. It's not worth it. I hate it.
We're not advertising.
Right.
And
so it's not
doing memberships. You can rest assured that Dave is very committed to making it worthwhile.
Yes.
For you.
Anyway, that said, we're going to get started. So what we're doing tonight is we're doing some drawings. I've got some of my smaller paper here. This is 9 by 12 paper. Anyway, I'm going to be doing some sketches a little bit quicker, and we're going to be doing a raffle to give them away. So just about 10 minutes before, you'll have had to actually comment in the chat. Eric, who is also Eric, hi. He's got his microphone off. Oh, there he is. All right. Eric is with us, and he's going to be running. You can tell him, Eric.
Yeah. So, basically what we did before, I think it feels like a few years back now. As long as you're active in the chat, Nightbot will add you to a pool of users that will randomly pick one from that pool of users. whenever David says go, basically I'll go ahead and choose a random person, or Nightbot will rather. I did see someone accidentally got moderated from Nightbot, so I went ahead and lessened all the moderation that Nightbot likes to do. So all it should be doing is picking winners. So yeah, just be active in the chat. You don't need to spam. You just chat. And as long as you're active within a 10-minute window, you should be fine.
Yeah, so. Just say me.
Yes, there we go.
Kevin P. West wants to know, Meredith, will you sing me happy birthday? Of course I will, Kevin. You know me. I love to sing happy birthday.
Kevin.
Happy birthday to Kevin. Happy birthday to Kevin. I actually have my voice back from after the wedding. Happy birthday, dear Kevin. I hope you win something tonight.
Yeah, David, I can have Nightbot moderate people with birthdays.
Happy birthday, Kevin! I'm very happy.
Happy birthday,
you, Eric. You do that.
All right, so I'm doing a zombie first. I mean, I've been.
Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt this as we are going. There will not be art questions answered tonight.
Right, because I want to be able to get as many of these finished as possible because we're giving them away.
Yes, so we will not be stopping the stream to answer our questions tonight.
Right, and so what we're going to do is we're going to do as many of these as I can. I would imagine that's going to be about 4. Truthfully, it should be about 4. And then we're going to give away some comics. And Jason will do that, so you're good. So we'll give away some books, and we'll do that at the end.
Cool.
So I'm doing a zombie first because I've been doing Walking Dead covers for ages, and I barely ever draw zombies aside from doing my Walking Dead covers, which is crazy. Everybody wants Batman. I understand. I really wanted to draw a zombie. The next one we're going to do, I don't know if
You've only drawn 100+ Walking Dead zombie covers. You should draw. You should be known as being the zombie artist now.
I think.
But other people have been in the past.
Should be on the list. Anyway, I know what I'm doing next after this one, and then it's all up in the air. And so we'll be taking some requests. But the one I want to do next is Spider-Man 2099, and I saw a request for that as I was sitting here waiting for you to come down. And I thought, that's a great idea. So we're doing that next.
All right. Jim Bobway has a question. He wants to know, how would you recommend to regain your loss of skill drawing after taking a break? I feel like I have forgotten everything.
It's okay. It really is okay to have forgotten everything because you actually retain more than you would think. You remember so much. What you forget, you'll forget exactly where this muscle goes into that muscle, and you'll forget where so much works, and you'll be rusty just in terms of your finish. But that is like the greatest opportunity for you to actually slingshot above where you were before, because it means that you really do have to study from ground up. You will know most of this, so it'll be easier. So, when you go into How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way, which I always recommend, and Bridgman and Loomis and the whole, kind of progression, it'll be easier, but you will get so much out of it. I'll tell you right now, I went through Loomis just a few years ago again, and I will do it again. And you get more out of it every single time. But those things that you forgot, you will relearn. You'll remember. It's there, so it'll kind of come back to you pretty quickly, and you will end up being a better artist than you were before. Because assuming you do this, and I do hope that you do, that study that you kind of are forced to go through, consider it like a renewal of your work, and I think it really will be. So I wouldn't be concerned about what you lost, because you always do have to keep learning and look at it as an impetus to force yourself to do the work of learning again. And I think it will end up being a good thing. But there's no way to just say, okay, well, here's how you get it all back. Without doing that. That is the way to do it. But it is also the way to not get stale as an artist, that constant study. So I've done a few videos now. I did a video on Mike Mignola. What was it? It's 2 weeks ago, and I already forget. I'm like,
You're asking the wrong person.
And so I was drawing some figures, and I was looking at Mike Mignola for my lighting, and I don't do that much now. Like when I do lighting and when I do most things, I'm just drawing. But the fact is, I'm not actually getting better when I do that. I get better. Everybody gets better from taking in new information, unless you're like a Travis Trust level genius, where you can just look at something and it just becomes, you just know it. And I know there are artists like that out there. I'm not one of them. I have to actually kind of do that study. And so taking the time to kind of flip through a book and find some ideas and try those kinds of things. And I think that for me was a very important video for me to do. I'll be doing more. So I've been thinking a lot about what to do for videos. And, you know, I have broad concepts like how to draw noses, you know, or whatever. And that's all fine. But really, it's not the way that I learned. And it's not the, I don't even recommend that really. And I want to focus my videos more on like a practical real world. We're studying together and this is how you do it. And so, you know, I want to draw some cool tech backgrounds and check this out. I didn't actually end up using this. So I did a video on drawing, you know, if you haven't seen, so I think the first one might be out. I'm not even sure. I should know, but so this is where I'm at with this right now. This is like a tech background that I did for a tutorial. I did the layout. The layout took quite a while to get this all kind of figured out where I wanted everything and the kind of detail that I wanted. Then I did the tight version. This is the tight version. And I still have to do all my line weights and my lighting. So the actual shadow, that'll be the following week. Anyway, this is all looking at Mike Mignola. There's all kinds of different details that I got from this. And I also, when I did it, I have my Olivier Vatine, one of my absolute favorite artists.
Didn't you say you're just going to be drawing?
I know, but look at this stuff. This is amazing work, and I'll make it fast.
You're taken away.
I know, but anyway, this is like really, really great stuff. And I'll look at this from time to time and I'll retain it. But I look at the stuff and this is what, you know, helps me grow and get better and find different ideas. And let me look at the layering he has just with simple, just negative space lighting. Like it's just amazing stuff. And that's how you get better. All right, I'm going to draw.
Draw, monkey, draw.
Ask me one simple question.
I know I did. That took like that went on 10 minutes.
I can't stop myself.
And yet you could not talk.
If I'm talking about art, I'm not talking.
I know. I know.
I'm droning.
So yes. Oh, believe me, I know. You come up and you're like blah 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 blah. James Moore, Maurrer, has a question to Dave. Is there anything you want to do in your career that you haven't done yet?
Yes. So I would put that into a couple of categories. I would love to do some painted pages, you know, interior pages of painted work. Can you really call yourself a painter if you haven't done that a little bit? You can, of course, because I mean, the fact is that there's so many great that haven't done pages. So I wouldn't want to say you can't. But some of my very favorite, Simon Bisley and Greg Staples and Glenn Fabry did interior work. And so I would love to have the chance to do that. That would be amazing. In terms of like career goals, there are so many, like I've never done a run on Wolverine. I don't know that I ever will. Maybe, and it would be a lot of fun. And there's so many things that I would love to do, but every time another project comes up, whatever,
there's only so many hours.
That's right. I have to make a choice, and it doesn't always align. Well, it can't possibly align with everything that I would like to do. It always ends up being, you know, one thing that feels like it would be the most fun and the best. And that's, you know, where I am right now is I'm doing what I really, really want to do. I'm working with Robert Kirkman and Skybound, and I love them. I love working with them. It's incredible. If you ever have the chance to work for Skybound, I highly recommend it. And so
that doesn't mean that there aren't things someday like you can't do everything in your life that you want to do. Right.
And you know, I love Marvel. I love all the people there too. And so yeah. Wolverine. I'd love to do Wolverine. I'd love to do a Lobo. I'd love to, like, so many things. And yeah, it's tough because I keep looking at, okay, I'm not getting any younger. You know, and how much time do I have? Like, I will never stop, but I don't know.
How about the farm? I'm giving you all the time in the world.
Right. And you know, you're keeping me alive longer. I'm getting exercise. So yeah, I don't know, but Wolverine would be high on the list. You know what I would want to do, Meredith? I would just want. This is my problem. Anytime I like X-Men, whatever book it is like this, I don't actually want to draw Wolverine. I just want more Adam Kubert Wolverine, or Mark Silvestri Wolverine or whatever. Like my favorite artist on the book. And when I do the book, it can just, it's never that. It's always my version of it. And I have a great time, but it's not what I wanted it to be, which is, Adam Kubert.
Fair enough. But you still like drawing Wolverine.
Yeah, I do a lot.
Somebody asked how many times I've sung, where was it? Providence LK. I wonder how many times she's saying happy birthday in total on this channel.
Too many.
I wonder. That would be cool. We could do like a clip of me singing happy birthday. All the different versions someday.
Yeah, we could all relive the pain.
Oh, you love it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you do. You know you do. The chat's so busy, it just reset on me. I've lost. I got to figure out where I was.
The challenge with these ones is making these as quick as I can. And also, like, I don't want to make them junk, I can't just hack through a sketch. I can't stand that. And sketches that I have, I can see things where I just didn't have the time, whatever it was. And I see them, 10 years later, and it just breaks my heart every time.
I have a super chat from Lance DeBoyer, the first one of the night.
I haven't seen Lance for a while.
He says, Dave, well, guess what? Motor City was great. Eric Canetti, Brian Selfries, and Victor Farrell, all there. Only you were missing. Complete the Illuminati.
Was that this week?
Must have been. Well, we had other things to do.
Yeah, it was busy.
Get our son married off.
I got to talk to Eric actually quite a bit a couple of conventions ago. And it's always, he's a very honest and very wise person. Like a 5-minute conversation with Eric Canetti is worth like a lot. Not just in terms of art. He knows so much about art, but just in terms of, like philosophy, like, where to go with it, like making decisions, that kind of thing. Like he's very, very wise. I got a lot out of it.
It's nice to have people you can talk to who are wiser, because wisdom and smarts are not the same thing.
So if you see Eric at a convention, ask him what to do with your life and you'll be all sorted out.
Beautiful. Greg Static Art has a super chat. Greg says, it's a giveaway stream tonight. Nice. Greg's got his fingers crossed.
We're pulling for you, Greg. All right.
And a super chat from Michael Gardner. Michael says, I just want to say congratulations on the channel. Looking forward to what's in the future. Thanks, David, Meredith, Eric, moderators. Y'all the best. Y'all are the best.
Yes, I'm
not going to be like totally coherent tonight because, although I do feel I took a nap this afternoon. I do feel more like a human being.
Actually, so did I.
Now than I did this morning.
Yeah, I tried very hard to get enough sleep, and I took a nap this afternoon, and I felt much better. Just a long weekend.
I also took electrolyte this morning. I was like, because I was out there, and I felt, those times where you're like, I just feel like I can't even breathe.
I don't do any of that granola junk.
Taking electrolytes.
Yeah.
I also gave Spooky electrolytes tonight because he's been running a lot. And it's getting hot. We're going to have to clip some baby horses.
All right.
Young Sinatra says, Professor Finch and Meredith, I've worked extra hours this week to super chat some of my most burning questions related to art, if you may humor me. Young Sinatra. Save your pennies for next week.
And we will be here next week.
All of your art questions. Dave will do so many art tutorials for you.
So my plan this month is we have a stream coming up. I'm hoping next week. If not next week, it'll certainly be the week after. And it is the stream that I've been promising Greg L. Static Art, who we just heard from, for a little bit now, and I am so very excited about it. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And I would like to do another just straight up tutorial stream. I thought that was a blast. I had a great time with it. So like to do that again.
Cool. Austin a human 7566 says, partially because of your videos, I'm now doing some indie comics, and I have to thank you for that.
That is awesome to hear. Well, congratulations. I mean, indie comics can range from being a stepping stone to, you know, mainstream work, all the way to more success than you could ever have in the mainstream. You know, some of the most successful artists and writers in the business made their way totally with their own work, doing, you know, smaller stuff. And I think that's more true now than it ever was before. Like there's more of an appetite and a willingness to try out different kinds of things. You know, comics were for the longest time, you know, superheroes. That's it. Whereas, you know, Japanese comics have so many different genres. And I feel like that's actually true of Western comics in a way that it wasn't for a long time. So I wish you all the success in the world, whichever route it is you end up going.
Giovanni Canelli has a super chat. It's very useful to have a professional demonstrate how to study other professionals. I love those videos.
Thank you. I'm having more fun doing those. I feel a little self-conscious because I feel like I'm admitting to the fact that everything that I do, I've told you guys for how many years, everything I do is just copied from other people. Well, I want to show you how, you know, like in a practical way, how that actually is really true. It's not some self-deprecating thing. It's all copied from other people, and it becomes your own vocabulary. And, you know, I could draw a whole tech back, whatever it is, I could draw the whole thing out of my own head because I've done that so many times over the years. And I still, like, I always look at different things and try different things. It's rare. It's,
no,
I wish I could do it more.
Don't undersell yourself.
That's the thing. Like usually when I do stuff, I'm not really looking at anything. I don't have time, and I know exactly what I want. And I've done it so much, but I still do that a lot, and I get so much out of it.
So many times though, I find you will waste time.
Okay, and that can be true too. I'll like
thinking you already know what you want to do, and
right.
then you'll spend like an entire day deep diving into reference, and then finally just
doing what I wanted to do in the first place. That happen. Look, that can happen, but you know, the fact is that if I just do what's in my own head all the time, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like you can see artists like this, where you'll just see the same 3 shots over and over, and it starts to become more and more rote, and you see it. And you know, there's only one way to combat that, and that's to take in new things. And it is, you know, doing studies, which we've talked about before, and that is important, but in a real practical way. And I thought about this a lot, like, how do I actually do it? You know, how I actually do it is studies, sure, but mostly it's really, I'm drawing something and I'm flipping through a book and picking up ideas, and I really wanted to get that across. And I don't feel like that's something that I see emphasized out there, like in terms of, you know, tutorials.
Because everybody wants to claim to be an original.
I will admit, like, there are times I've done tutorial stuff and I've looked at things because I thought, okay, I need to bring something in here because I don't know. And then I kind of put it aside. It's off the camera. And it's like, it's totally dishonest at that point because I'm looking at something while I do this. And, you know, so yeah, I feel very good about doing the kinds of videos where I'm really showing you that part of it.
You get unapologetically Dave.
Yeah. You always make everything sound ridiculous.
No. You just don't like it when I compliment you. All right. Iberville Music wants to know, David Finch artist, are you going to be at Montreal Comic Con on the Friday? I just got tickets and I'm really looking forward to seeing you.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't wait.
I'm not going to get to go to my horse show. This is also like Heroes Con, another horse show weekend.
Now you can admit this is
I've never done, but now I don't get to show any horse shows this year.
You can admit it's
booked conventions on every freaking of the 5 weekends I have.
I know. Look, it's not my fault, right? I mean, you know, it's like because I did try to plan. I really did. And next year we'll do it better.
Ask me one time if I had any plans this year.
Well, I mean, your plans are a horse show, so like, who cares?
Your plans are sleeping in the basement tonight.
I do feel very badly about that. Like because it was a big one. I know that you're missing because
Yeah,
of
and
it.
I worked really hard this year.
I know.
And yeah.
And unfortunately, we just miscommunication and so on and so forth. And yeah, you're not going to be able to do it. And
No, I got nothing.
But I will be at Montreal. Don't feel guilty for Meredith.
Yeah, I feel badly.
She's an evil person.
They don't care. You guys all just want your art.
And I haven't been to Montreal in a long time.
I know I'm the minority on this stream.
Hey, you know what? Maybe you come to Montreal with me. How about that?
It's probably not going to happen.
I know.
Especially now that I'm missing a horse show.
You know what? If I didn't have a stream, everybody would think you were fictional.
There's pictures of me.
Yeah, this could be like
conventions.
Could be years ago, you know.
No, that was years ago.
I could have you upstairs in the upstairs bedroom in a rocking chair, like what is it?
Like a little. I've got like
Friday the 13th Part 1.
Yeah, a few scraggly pieces of gray hair rocking back and forth, dust and cobwebs hanging off me.
Did you know that Jason Voorhees, like with the mask and the whole deal, doesn't even appear in Part 1 of Friday the 13th? That was like a later thing. Did you know that?
I didn't. I have not actually seen any of the Friday the 13th movies.
I'm not surprised.
So I did not know that.
I'm going to be honest with you.
How was it even the Friday the 13th if there was no Jason Voorhees?
I like the idea of Friday the 13th more than the actual movies, truth be told. Not really my favorite, like slasher movies.
So you're not a big fan of the Saw movies either, then?
No. I've seen them all.
I know you have. You tried to get me to watch one. And
I've seen all the Friday the 13th.
Yeah. You can't do it. It's not my thing. I like shiny happy.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I like this super chat from Cool Cat 00001, who says, I like Chris Gossett, Mike Plug, William Stout a lot.
Mike Plug.
Plug, sorry.
Yeah, incredible artist, absolutely amazing. William Stout, I'm a huge fan of Mike Plug too. Mike Plug actually did some pencil drawings that Simon Bisley painted over years ago, like a werewolf story. He's done so much other stuff, great stuff too. But that one always kind of stands out for me because, as you all know, or well, if you don't, I'm telling you now, I love Simon Bisley. So yeah. And William Stout, actually, I just got some t-shirts. Well, this is probably 2 years ago now. Like a Nosferatu and some really cool stuff that he's done over the years. There's a company that licensed some of the images for shirts. Actually, I think Isaac had one of those on today.
Oh, those ones, yeah.
And the other name? What's the other name?
Chris Gossett.
Yeah, I'm actually not familiar. I hate to admit that because I'm not familiar.
So Jillian Cole has a super chat. Jillian wants to know, what gives you motivation to keep making art? Can I answer this one?
Sure.
The mortgage payment.
Yeah.
Feeding the children, and by children I mean the ponies.
Yeah, but look, financial motivation is only going to take you so far. There are easier ways to make money. What gives me the motivation constantly is not only, I do this work on my own. Like the channel for me is a really nice because I always work just on my own. It's a solitary experience. And then the book comes out and you see what people thought of it, and not everyone's going to love it. It's all right though, but it's out in the world, and that means a lot. And that keeps you going. Being able to work with incredible writers and tell great stories, that's a big deal. But also it more than anything, it's not a masterable. It can't be mastered. You can always get better, and you can always try different things. Right. And I think that appealed to me right away, right at the start, the fact that it's something that I could devote my life to and you want to get as good as possible. I've had times when I forget that and I just get upset that I'm not as good as I wish I was. That can be difficult, but it's a blessing in a lot of ways to not be as good as you want to be, because it constantly gives you something to push for and to strive for. So yeah, that really does keep me going. Also, frankly, discipline is very, very important, because no matter how much you love it, no matter how much you love anything, you won't do it all the time if you rely on motivation. You have to rely on discipline with anything, not just art, but like if you're working out or any kind of a job where it's not 9 to 5 and you can kind of some days you're on, some days you're not. It's the kind of job where the days that you're not on and nobody's on all the time, you see it in the work, and so you have to be as disciplined as possible. And there are a lot of times, I can't tell you, like, I love my job so much, and there are so many days where I just think I just do not want to draw what I'm drawing right now. I just don't want to do this, and I just have to kind of push myself over the finish line. Usually those days, though, I'll say, Meredith, by the time, like, there's like a turning point with a picture where I'm not enjoying it, I don't want to have to think about it, like it's not what I want to do, and then I start enjoying it. It's rare that I get all the way through a picture and I hated it the whole way through.
Yeah, I feel that.
But yeah, you have to.
It's a cognitive dissonance that you hate because you're struggling with it, and then you overcome the obstacle.
You have to be able to forgive yourself for not being motivated,
and also,
but you have to
forgive yourself for not being perfect all the time.
Oh yeah, nobody can be. Yeah, I wouldn't want to suggest that. But nobody is motivated all the time. You have to be responsible enough to be disciplined through the hard times, and you'll never actually become the artist that you want to be without discipline. Because learning is hard, drawing is hard. You get that script from a writer and they want you to draw, helicopters and horses and whatever. And you just think, why did I even do this with my life? And it takes discipline.
Oh, I'm so far behind the chat again. Hold on.
What time is it? See,
scrolling.
I don't want to lose too much time here.
Okie dokie, still missing. I might have missed a super chat, but my first question from Young Sinatra is, Professor Finch, you often say we should study from artists who inspire us, and so naturally I picked up your Batman Unwrapped to see your one of two.
Well, thank you.
One of two super chats. To see your, I don't know where the other one is. I can't find it. To see your, and the next super chat I have is from Alan Thornton, which says, critical hit. Because the chat's so busy tonight, I can't keep up with it.
Oh.
Professor Finch, some of the books of the week, maybe this is one of two, seem like great resources to study, such as the Arthur Adams sketchbook, but unfortunately, why can't I see these? Eric, help me.
I am not sure why they're being cut off like that. Young Sinatra, are you putting one of two, or is it being truncated like that? I don't know why those messages are coming across that way. Yeah, it's like ... one of two.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
I've never seen that before.
No, because usually you can just keep typing. Sketching the Beast has a super chat. How do I balance hitting deadlines while trying to improve my work? I'm taking on work and feeling like I gotta move faster. Rex. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what .rex means, but I do know that I personally actually think that getting deadlines and having to meet them and having to work quicker than you're comfortable, it's part of actually improving as an artist. Like I really kind of got my feet under me on Cyberforce when I first started, and I was having to do a monthly comic, something I was really not ready for. And the work really suffered for a little while. And then I started getting my feet under me, and you get a lot out of it. I think you have to. I'll just say it, the way that I did it is I knew I had so much time in a day, and so I figured, okay, I've got a panel that's like a big head, half an hour. I would give myself a half an hour to do that. And a panel that has like a big background, whatever, like the anchor panel, the hardest panel of the page, let's say 3 hours, I'll give myself 3 hours. And if I did a lot of study and was looking at different influences and trying different things, well, that would cut into my time, and then I would have to just make up that time. Like so yeah, there's no like perfect answer to that, because the fact is that it is a compromise. It has to be. You want to do the best work that you can with the time you're given. I would say you have to bear in mind that every job that you get is your resume. You do a bad job, like let's say somebody's paying $10 a page, and it feels like a total waste of time because the pay is just a joke. You still need to give it everything you have and make it as good as you can, because that's the job that will lead to the next job and lead to the ultimately maybe getting that chance on Spider-Man and blowing up your career and being able to do all the things that you wanted to do with it. So you can't just blow off a job, but you do have to be realistic about time. So I would say, ideally with reference, like let's say I'm looking at Masamune Shiro or Shiro Masamune. I can't remember which comes first, but he did Ghost in the Shell. One of my absolute favorites. And you're looking at that and you're getting some ideas from it. So panel 1, it's a big panel and you're establishing a lot of stuff. So you're looking at a lot of the stuff and you lose a bunch of time. Well, panel 2, you've already done panel 1. You're a little warmed up with it. You kind of go with, the theme. And I find that tends to work too. Like if I'm, let's say, looking at Mike Mignola for a background, by panel 2, 3, 4, I can really infer from what I got from the first one and keep going with it. So I'm not looking at something for every panel. The times when I am doing that, I'm not having to do it all the time. It's harder when you're starting because you have just less of a kind of existing mental library.
Rozpaz Art has a super chat. Rozpaz says, "Thank you, Dave and Meredith, for having this channel. Hopefully the wedding was amazing." And it was. It was perfection.
Yes. Thank you very much, Roz. And
Thanks,
it absolutely
Roz,
was.
and thank you for the super chat. Titus Illustrations has a super chat. "Been experimenting with different brushes, inks, and ink wash for a little bit now and realized I can get a variety of textures and values. Thank you for inspiring me to experiment and try new things."
That's awesome. That's great to hear. Yeah. I mean, there's so many ways to develop a style. It's, influences, but it's also trying different techniques like ink wash and different things. And you can find things that will surprise you. And like liquid charcoal just really surprised me what you can get out of it. Eric and I did a painting. I failed that hard. So we started with a liquid charcoal base, and I was trying a lot of different stuff, and it really fell apart. But, in a lot of ways, I learned actually more from that than if it works. So
I feel like because the chat's so busy tonight, you're going to have to keep your comments shorter. Jillian Cole, I'm falling behind. I know I'm missing super chats. Jillian Cole has another super chat. What was the bigger brush pen that you have used?
This one here is a Pentel brush pen. It's all in Japanese, and they are all in Japanese. So I'm sure it says Pentel. Maybe, I don't know. But what I do know is if you go on Amazon, you can get these at stores too. Like I can find these actually at like Michael's. Here we have Michael's. But if you go on Amazon and type in Pentel brush pen, you should be able to find these. I use black, obviously. There is a black that is also, it picks up much easier. So you want to make sure that it's more of a permanent black. I can't remember what the difference in the naming is, but it should make sense when you find them. But yeah, they are not refillable, but the cartridge it unscrews. And for whatever reason, it unscrews backwards. But yeah, you just get these as replacements. You screw them right in backwards. And there you go. And they work great. They're not as sensitive as like a really good quality brush, like pen and ink, dip it in, like the really good brushes you can get better things out of, but I can get most of it. And then I've got my other tools to kind of augment. And I never dump my ink over all of my stuff, which I've done so many times. When I was using a proper brush with ink, I've made such a mess constantly. I finally decided, okay. It was actually conventions.
Okay, stop. Okay.
That I started
I'm
using that
interrupting you.
conventions.
Too much
Then I realized
answer.
it worked.
Too much answer. I told you that I'm falling behind the chat. So the rest of Young Sinatra's question about the books of the week seem like great resources to study from, but unfortunately, they're kind of expensive and kind of inaccessible for the average beginner trying to learn, especially when all the ones for sale are with signed copies starting 200 plus.
Yeah,
that sucks because you've had yours probably for a long time.
I have. Now, so I started, 32 years ago working, and I started learning 34 years ago now, which is so crazy. My influences are older because I'm older. There are so many great artists out there right now. So, I wouldn't necessarily look at what's in the book. I love that stuff. And, if you can find it and use it, I highly recommend it. But there are so many things out there. So, and I missed out on all kinds of things like older work, So I wouldn't worry about too much, if you're getting like a specific book or whatever. It's just finding things that speak to you. In some ways, I feel like we have like the best overall quality of art that we've ever had in the business nowadays. So I think you can find a lot of stuff that will inspire you without having to go and, get too crazy with prices.
All right. Thank you. Joseph Way. I hope I said Joseph. I always read your name, but then I never actually say it out loud. Anyway, today is his wedding anniversary with his wife, Sarah.
Oh, shoot. Eric, I'm done.
Oh, crap. Okay, well, the chat can go wild. Dave's going to sign this, and I'm going to sing happy anniversary to Joseph and his wife, Sarah, because I do know them personally, and I very much appreciate them. So, while you guys all go me, I'm going to sing happy anniversary. Happy anniversary to Joseph and Sarah. Happy anniversary to Joseph and Sarah Lynn. Happy anniversary to Joseph and Sarah Lynn. Thank you for being our fans. Happy anniversary to you.
Hooray. All right. What am I drawing?
All right.
Something.
Yeah, I need my keyboard because I'm gonna have to think.
Okay, so we got quite a few eligible users. So I'm just gonna run this one. I did modify the pinned comment. We're gonna do it like last time as well. To whoever wins, just email me. My email address is in the pinned comment with your name and address, and then I'll get all of those and I'll send it through to Meredith and Dave, and they'll send you your artwork. So yeah, again, just email me. My email's in the pinned comment. All right, so here we go. Nelson Morales, congrats.
Congratulations. You have to applause. We have applause, right? Applause. There you go.
Yay! I could clap.
No need. We had applause.
Well, I'm clapping too.
Congratulations. All right,
You
on to
get
the next
the canned applause and the actual real applause. Well done.
one. Spider-Man 2099.
Congratulations.
All right.
All right. I just want to know where I am in the chat. How far behind am I? Young Sinatra. Oh, who says he does part of it in the super chat and then part of it outside the super chat. And the super chat to say, because unfortunately I do not have $500 per super chat. I have to put the first part in super chat, but the rest is in regular chat underneath. I will be mindful of that going forward, Young Sinatra. Thank you for letting me know. And I'm sorry, I did super chat. I did see that, but I didn't see it in time to read it before you super chatted it. And
So what did he say?
And now my chat has like completely skipped. So the last super chat I have is from Alan Thornton. The truncanation is due to a number of characters allowed per dollar amount to the super chats. Thank you all for the great entertainment, information, and community. The new tutorial videos are excellent. Yes. Thank you, Alan, for the super chat to tell us that. So if you have a super chat, depending on how much you can spend, which we all appreciate the super chats, you can't fit everything maybe you want to say in the super chat. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was one of.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I will be mindful of that going forward so that I can look for, if I see that from anybody, I'll look for the rest of. I can't believe we've been doing this for so long and I just now know this, but I will look for the rest of it in the regular chat. You guys are the best. And I'm sure I missed super chats, which I apologize for. The next super chat I have is Corey Rust, who wants to know, will David ever draw Ascension again? We need angel wings.
I don't know. I would love to do it. And it comes down to the same problem that I always have is just, I can't do everything. I would love to do it though. I could imagine a way that could happen. It doesn't seem impossible to me.
Kirkman can write it. Tell him to just get it from Silvestri.
Yeah, he's not very busy, Robert. So
he doesn't have anything going on. He's just sitting there picking his nose up.
I think he's actually sitting around right now waiting for me to call and say, hey, this is what you need to be working on.
Robert, you don't have anything to do right now. So I think this is what we should do instead. Fill your free time. Jillian, it would be cool though.
It would be cool.
Jillian Cole has a super chat. And Jillian says, me, love the stream. Been watching for years.
Well, thank you very much, Jillian. Really appreciate it.
Tried to get that sketch, that zombie sketch, but did not happen. Next one. Next one's for you, Jillian. All right. Scrolling on down. Hold on. Deacon 975 has a super chat. Deacon, I'm looking for a comment. I will watch for you. I don't see any comment right now. Jillian Cole has another super chat. Why the ergonomic grip on pencil and not the pen?
I don't press hard with pens. That's why. So pencils, I find this is all very light. I'm looking at my reference. Let's go back to my stream. So this is all very light. And I think you can see it, but it's light on your screen, I would imagine too. If I go, I don't want to do it on this, here, I'll just do it here. So here's my light sketch lines. And here would be more of like an actual, line. And I have to press quite a bit harder to get that. And so if I've got this sketch here, I would lighten this down because it's way too dark for me to use as an underdrawing, but I'm not going to do that here. What I'm going to do is just use a harder line and kind of find my more finish line. And this is how I work. So it is an important part of how I use a pencil. Just pressure. I get more of, so you can see how that's much more clear. I'm almost off the camera doing that, but that is why. And so pressing hard like that on a pencil all day, it starts to really wear on my hand. But with a pen, this one here, if I press harder, I'll just bend the tip. And these ones here, they're pressure sensitive, but the pressure sensitivity is much softer. For me to get a heavy line, I'm not having to press quite as hard. That's why.
Canadian Toy Collector. Just received my new prints and Monday Night Drop Book. Stoked.
Awesome.
Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, thank you.
And Dylan Thompson 58 has a super chat, but I don't see a comment, Dylan. So please post your comment in the regular chat and I will look for your name. And then Young Sinatra has a super chat. This is my first chat. Professor Finch, you often say we should study from artists who inspire us. And so I picked up your Batman Unwrapped. Hold on. Now I got to scroll. To see your pencils in action and trying to see where your tutorials apply to your own art. But oh my, the amount of anatomy is kind of a lot. Where should I begin to study? Like, for example, the leg.
So the first thing you want to study is two things. Number one is an anatomy book that shows you where all the muscles actually go. You don't need to know each striation, but you need to know the muscle groups, and an anatomy book will actually give you that in more of a diagrammatical, sure, thank you, kind of way. And then from there, at the same time, you should be doing simple drawings from books of basically just contour drawings, and that'll give you a real sense of really simply getting kind of the overall shape of legs, arms, everything, like figures in. So they kind of go hand in hand. And then when it comes to actually getting an anatomy that really works, with foreshortening and with, if you bend the leg, this muscle will appear in front of another muscle, and how to get that stuff all to kind of work together. That is it is a bit of a process. It's not instant. And I recommend personally looking at artists like, Frank Frazetta, so good. Like artists that do it well. If you have an artist like Dan Morris, is an incredible, just like a great, simple but complex artist. Like he's amazing. His form is just so consistent. Looking at something like that, and let's say you're drawing a leg that's kind of bent at a particular angle and you're struggling with it, you flip through a few books and find something. It doesn't need to be the same, but you find something similar and you use that.
What's he chewing on?
It's his own toy. Or it looks like a Five Nights at Freddy thing, but he's had that for a while. He's down here all the time chewing on that.
All right.
So yeah, it really comes down to, looking at artists that do it in a way that you like, and over a bit of time, as you incorporate it into your own work and do studies, that's how you really get a sense of it. It is not an instantaneous process, and you can't expect it to be. Like there's no such thing as I don't know how to do this and now I know how to do it, and there you go. Like you really have to be patient with yourself and accept that, from a particular angle, a knee is going to be a challenge, and it might not be perfect, right away. And you just, try and make it better every time. And the only way to make it better is to bring in either other artists or life drawing. That's more difficult, frankly, because let me give you a why. Just as a really, really simple, and I know I don't have time for this, Meredith, but so a really simple example why it's more difficult to look at like a photograph. So I'm going to draw a leg, and here's my knee, and here's my lower leg. And so I've got a muscle here, my interior muscle here, this muscle here. I don't know what the names of any of these are. It's never been the point for me, and it was never an issue before I had a channel, and I'm not learning now. And then you've got a long tendon that goes here. Your kneecap is kind of shaped like this. And then you've got this muscle here, another one that kind of cuts in here. Anyway, I'm not trying to make this like super perfect, but the point is there's your leg. So if I'm looking at a photograph, it's all just tonal, and there's no like overlaps and things like that are just not as obvious. But if you really want this graphically to be strong, I've got this muscle that is going to overlap this muscle behind. And then my knee is going to overlap here. And those connection points get you so far in terms of making this stuff read. And you get that from looking at artists that do it really well. And there are artists that do this amazingly well. And so I've got this tendon. I'm just going to indicate it here. You won't get this kind of thing from a photograph. And so if you've done enough study from other artists and you've learned enough, you can actually use photographs incredibly effectively. And you can infer that stuff yourself, but you'll get so much from looking at artists, just getting these kinds of overlaps and just simple techniques to get things drawn in. You're just not going to get that from a photo. That's my point. So you look at somebody again, like Dan Mora, great example, does all this stuff like amazingly well, and you'll get this from his work. And that's why it's so important to look at other artists. And that's why it's so frustrating for me when artists say, oh, I just learned from life. And I can plainly see their influences, and I don't say anything. I'm like, oh, that's great. Good for you. But it's not true. And I can see that it's not true looking at their work. I don't know why people want to like give some kind of an impression that like make it magical when it's not magic.
All right. Next super chat comes from Deacon975. Hey, Dave, did you see Travis Charest Golden Age X-Men? His Wolverine was sick.
Yes. If you can't directly tell that I've seen his Golden Age X-Men, it's only because my copying of that book is so ineffective because he is such a genius that it's not obvious. Actually, I feel like in some ways that was to my advantage because I tried. Oh, I tried so hard to copy what he was doing with that book, but I couldn't. It's just beyond me. But I still got so much out of it, and it actually really lent itself to a lot of my style. Like that book is I don't know. It's always hard to quantify. Certainly top 10 of all of the most influential books for me of my career that defined the way that I draw. And actually it represented the difference between Cyberforce and Ascension. So for any of you that are familiar with my work from that long ago, I was one artist on Ascension or on Cyberforce, and I was a different artist on Ascension, and it was that book that made that difference. So yes, definitely.
Sorry, just scan the chat. Roz Art Post has another super chat. Looking for the comment because it's not in the super chat. Roz, send me your. Next time I'm going to ban super chats because I feel so badly. I cannot keep up on giveaway streams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
Because the giveaway stream, like normally I can keep up with the super chat
And
you talk and blah blah blah.
Well, the problem is I'm trying to not do like any tutorial type stuff.
No, but you talk and you don't stop talking.
I know, and this is why I like doing the channel. It's just it's what I like. So what can I say?
Drone on.
I know.
Yes. Okay, here it is. Yes, I had a question. When you decide to put in a subscription base with tiers, he says with tiers, where do we find where you'll post a subscription? Unlike Last Money, I remember you were saying you were working on it.
Okay, so we haven't actually been working on it. We need to. I don't know anything about it really. I know I did it before so long ago that I don't even remember what went into it. We'll have
answers next week.
We'll have answers next week.
I want to announce it this week because I think there's the most people we're going to have. So we access the biggest number because 619 people are watching. The giveaway streams are a great place to make an announcement. So the announcement is we're going to have memberships. We know what we're going to do for the most part because we've talked about it multiple times. And it's going to be an exclusive kind of thing. Like you're going to have them. It's not going to be like early access to something. There are things that get out of the garbage. The dog, not Dave. There are things you're only going to have access to with the membership. And I'm sorry, but we're still going to have, Dave is still going to be, he's still going to do all his tutorial videos with Jamie. It's still going to be an amazing channel. You're not losing anything that you have right now. But in order for us to be able to provide you and make it we love Jamie, we love having the videos, but it costs money every month. And so as a means of just trying to offset the cost of being able to put those videos out regularly and have the editing, we're just going to offer a membership for some extra bonus type stuff. Okay?
But yeah, everything we're doing now.
You're not going to lose anything we're doing now.
Yeah, and they're not putting anything behind a paywall. I guess we are, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Jillian Cole has another super chat. Jillian wants to know tips on drawing long lines without looking shaky. Oh, and before you answer that question, Jim Dixon, it did get lost in the comments. I knew there were super chats that got lost. Please just repost your super chat. Do not super chat it. I will look for your name and I will read your comment as a super chat. Now answer the tip.
Okay. So when it comes to straight lines, I'm just going to say I can draw a straight line. I'm going to try and draw a straight line. This won't even be straight, but basically in one go, just about, maybe that's even a little ambitious. Just about that long. There, those are pretty straight. And you can see that's about the travel of my hand naturally. There are inkers that have such great arm control that they can just, I can't. But I can do about that long. If I kind of, sketch out my line a little bit, I can go longer. This is for straight lines, Generally, if I'm doing perspective and I've got my perspective already drawn in on the page, I'll fake in anything about that long. Anything longer, I'll get out a ruler. It's just quicker. But the trick for me to get something that is smooth is you have to do it quickly and you have to do it in one go. You can't sketch in something. You can to a certain extent, but if you want something really clean, You just need to be able to pull your line. And so I go along my wrist, my arm a little bit, but mostly my wrist.
No. Why are you tutorialing?
If I try to go this way, it's harder for me. Like there are angles that if I try and push against my hand, it's much harder. But if I go along the natural travel of my arm, I can get something that is more clean. And so I just recommend that you find, I'm a lefty, so it'll be a little different if you're a righty, but you just find directions. I can go this way too, actually pretty well. And so it is pulling it all in one smooth line and going along the natural arc of your hand.
Going back to Young Sinatra, who super chatted like 3 times to get his first 2 super chats read. He says, this was my second chat. When learning hard stuff like Bridgman, how do you keep motivated, especially when you're still at that ugly phase when nothing really looks good? For context, I'm getting my computer science degree, but don't really feel a passion for it like I do for art and animation.
Okay. Don't try and stay motivated, because I don't know that that's something you can really control. You have to stay disciplined. And so when it comes to like Bridgman, yeah, I certainly understand how that can, it's more fun to just draw a cool picture than it is to do, that sort of study. It just is. But the best way to do it, the way that I did it, is I would actually write out notes that, like, I found them since they're embarrassing almost, but I would write out like whole plans. Like, this is what I'm doing this week. I'm going to work on arms. I want to get through X amount of pages of Bridgman. I want to do some studies from like Alan Davis. I'm a big Alan Davis fan. And, so I would have a plan of what I wanted to study that week. And then I would go through the week and make sure to get that done. And so it's like giving yourself curriculum, really. That's what it comes down to. And, not that many people are motivated to just study. You do it because you have to. And with artwork, you end up being your own disciplinarian, really, but you have to be willing to do that.
Corey Pichillo has a super chat. Corey says, you mentioned Frazetta, and I just learned that he was given Bridgman's book by his art teacher at 14, and he copied the whole thing in one night.
Not possible.
Yeah, I've seen that book. I don't even know. You couldn't do it.
Okay, look, Frazetta is like top tier genius of all time.
A certain amount of time to just like draw stuff.
You just can't do it. But that doesn't take away from the fact. So let me just say, I think that he drew the whole book for sure. I absolutely believe that, and he retained it like no one else because he's Frazetta, and
he was a genius.
That's right, he was a genius. But in one night, yeah, no, it wouldn't be possible. And it should never be the goal to try and,
It's not about how fast you do it. It's how well you do it.
Yeah, you don't want to try and speed run. It's not the point.
Dave's drawn that whole book 3 times.
Yeah.
How many people do you know that have done it 3 times?
Probably quite a few. I don't go around asking that question. How many times have you drawn whatever? But that's advice I got from Kyle Hotz. So I went to a convention in New York, or Detroit. It's my first convention. And I showed some people, and there were some artists that I showed that were very dismissive, and there were some that were incredibly helpful. This is how it goes. And Kyle Hotz was very, very helpful, and he took a lot of time with me. And I got a lot of good advice, but really the headline advice for me, like the career changing, I guess, career defining advice that I got, was to copy Bridgman and close the book and copy it again. And he also made the point, I've said this so many times, but the point isn't to try and like somehow remember a week ago what you drew from Bridgman and never look at it again. It's to, the second time through, look at the picture, close it, and then draw it. So you can look at the picture just before you do it. But you want to try and you retain something from doing it, from copying it, but you really retain it from drawing it again and seeing all the things that you have forgotten and missed, and then looking at it again and fixing it. You get a lot out of that. I certainly did.
All right. Next super chat comes from Greg Static Art. Greg says, memberships are coming back. Memberships are coming back. And somebody in the chat said stickers. They want stickers for members. And I think that's fair.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
100%. You should get a sticker if you're a member. All right. I'm scrolling down. Jog Live. And I say jog, it's Jaug, but it could be something jog live. I think anyway, super chat. So, is there any chance Mr. Finch might ever do some more of White Rabbit pieces from DC? Also, thanks for doing so much for BSC, Chris. You the best. BSC, Chris, you the best. That part I didn't get.
Okay, me neither.
But
Thank you. And I don't have any current plans, but I would love to. It'd be a lot of fun. It's amazing to me that that's a character that.
You can sketcher.
Yeah, I could do that. Why don't we do that? I'll do that for one of them. That would be a blast.
Yeah, just do a sketch.
I will. We'll do that one next. But I
do
can't.
it next on the stream.
That's exactly what I meant.
Yeah, there you go. People are contributing.
I can't believe that that's a character that anybody remembers at all, or that because it appeared in she appeared in Peacemaker, the John Cena show. It was quick, but she's still there.
Yeah, an appearance is better than not.
Yeah, it is. I was thrilled.
Kyber Art 90 has a super chat. Hi, DNM, longtime follower. Thank you for your years of streams and tutorials. You have been a huge inspiration and helped my own improvement. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Kyber. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Indeed, thank you. And Young Sinatra, you are welcome. I'm glad I understand now. I'm good. Good. Now I've got you guys down. I always want the best for our chat. All right. And then my screen flipped again. So now I got to scroll back up and figure out which one there we go. There's the last super chat I read. And I'm going to read one more super chat before you tell Eric that you're almost done.
I'm done.
No, Dan Castelli has a super chat. Frazetta drew the Green Bridgman book in one night, not the complete guy, which is much thinner. That's the claim, at least.
Oh, okay.
So there's two different books.
Fair enough then. Yes, they're a smaller. Yeah. No, I could see that. Yeah. For me, when I think of for somebody like Frazetta copying that book, when I think of what a genius like that would get out of it, it wouldn't be faster so much as he would just. It's just the ability to retain more than I certainly ever could.
And Justin Graham has a super chat. Dave, we'd be watching the Spider-Man Noir series on Prime. Also, how can I purchase a copy of your comic book? Isaac's going to make him watch it. For sure he'll be watching it.
Yeah, we turned on the TV tonight and we saw, I just did Spider-Man Noir.
And Eric, go.
I didn't even.
Eric, go.
You'd swear that I'm doing this stuff like a promotion, like Spider-Man Noir, because, there's a show.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to roll it. There's quite a few eligible users. So here we go. It is Henry Jeremick.
Really?
Who's that guy?
Henry Jeremick, stop it. He is an OG. Yes. Henry. Woo! I don't cheer a lot of times, but Henry's been here since the beginning.
I don't think Henry's missed a single stream.
I don't know that he has. So, Henry,
congrats.
Well, congratulations, Henry. Yeah,
congratulations. We are thrilled for you.
That is awesome.
That's great.
All right.
Yeah, Henry, go ahead and email me and we'll get that off to you.
All right. And Young Sinatra showed up with the super chat from Joe Dent. How much instruction did you get from Mark Silvestri when he first started, and how hard was he on tangents? Thank you, Young Sinatra.
So Mark was not that hard on us. He was okay. So first of all, there were quite a few young artists that were starting at Top Cow, and so there was a certain amount of he's helping, and he would come by and he would give you advice, and he would he would explain things in a really clear, simple way. And it does help, by the way, to have somebody come up and be able to just draw it right on there. That helps. But he also was very much willing to let you kind of work through things yourself and do your own thing, because he had quite a few artists, and honestly, not everybody made it, So there was quite a bit of you're very much responsible for your own improvement. So the help was there, but it wasn't. One of these is H, and it's a little dark. wasn't really forced on anybody. He was pretty serious about tangents. I think every seasoned artist is pretty serious about tangents, really, because you just see them right away. When you've been drawing long enough, it's very difficult to miss tangents. So, he would certainly point it out. To a certain extent, there's always the understanding that a cool looking picture, something that really works visually, is more important than any kind of technique or tangents or breaking any kind of rules. Like, if you can make it cool, it's all fine. But tangents are certainly something that they're always generally pretty easy to fix. So no matter how cool your picture is and how intricate it is, you adjust the line a little bit and it'll fix the tangent.
What are you doing? You don't get to blow your nose.
Mm-mm.
You don't get to stop drawing.
Work.
All right. So listen, I actually was smart. We've been doing this for how many years?
5 years? Something like that?
Long time. We've done a few giveaway streams.
60.
You know what I did? I didn't get them all. One flipped by me so fast I couldn't get you. But I did I took my cell phone out and I took a photograph of the super chat that I was going to miss. I knew it was going to disappear before you stopped talking.
So you got it. Way to go.
Whoops. So this was we got the Joe Dent one. Thank you. Thanks to Young Sinatra. And then there was another one from Dylan Thompson, but then Dylan didn't put his comment in the super chat. But then I have another one from Young Live, Chris the Batman Statue Collector. Chris the Batman Statue Collector.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, she's one of my favorite DC lesser known Batman villainesses. I got Batman Dark Knight #3 to get graded.
Yeah, so much of what makes her cool, honestly, it really is Paul Jenkins. He had some really great ideas. He made her a really good character. He had some great ideas for it. He also co-created Sentry for Marvel. He's great at writing really psychologically complex characters.
He is very good. And
I think that's why...
Is he still working in comics?
Oh, yeah. I think that's why White Rabbit still is around. It's, it's all me. No, really, it's all Paul Jenkins. And that's why Sentry's still around. He's...
your art didn't hurt.
I like to think that, but...
You slotted her into the genre of female characters that people remember.
But that's you know what you need to have a character that
visually
people can relate to.
She stands out.
Well, she's yeah.
But she's because her costume stands out. You know what I mean? She just is very different from. I don't know.
Well, she's
Paul
still
did
around.
a great job, but so did you. It was
All right.
great. It was great teamwork makes the dream work. Kind of situation. And Dylan Thompson, I am scrolling through the chat, trying to see a comment from you. Because you super chatted, but there's no comment. I'm scrolling while you draw.
Being a little tighter with my drawing. I don't normally do the simple, and then this is still loose, but a little tighter because female characters are harder for me to do. So I generally, if I'm drawing a female character, I usually do this.
Alan Thornton says on Batman fandom website, Dave is credited as the writer of this character and Jenkins as the artist. Yes, you can't believe everything you find online.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. That's funny.
Oh, the other question Justin had was, How can you purchase a copy of your comic book?
Which one?
That's a good question. Any comic book.
So most of the stuff is just available in a comic store. I've got Walking Dead covers. So Walking Dead Deluxe you can find in any comic store. They come out twice a month. Terminal will be coming out in July. My issue won't be coming out for a little while. That will be Andy Kubert's first issue in July. And Skinbreaker also available in stores. Stuff like the Monday Night Draw, that book you can actually get, and I'm so negligent with this. I've talked to Jason Schachter at Essential Sequential, and he said put up a link, because you can get not only prints, but you can get Monday Night Draw and some stuff from the stream on the Essential Sequential site. And I keep forgetting to put up a link, but you can go there, and it's all available there.
Oh, we've hit the past 8 o'clock, and I decided I'm doing all right. I'm gonna make it.
I'm only a little bit behind too.
How many are you doing?
I'm gonna do 4.
Okay. Zaleth has a super chat. DNAM, congrats on hitting another milestone. Thanks for all the help you've given us over the years, the inspiration, and for making Mondays awesome. My art has improved due to you, Jim Klein.
Thank you very much, Jim.
So sweet.
So I think I know what I'm gonna do for the sketch after this one.
What are you gonna do after this one?
I'm gonna do Batman because the fact is,
It's Batman.
everybody wants Batman, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm kind of indulging myself. I'm drawing it like a zombie and Spider-Man 2099, and especially this one. This is so self-indulgent to do. So the last one we'll do Batman.
I'm definitely gonna pass out again tonight. In the last night I hit the I'm so tired I can't even think phase, but I'm still feeling it. And the last of the wedding removers of things, that the caterer hired a mover to come and take out the 2 stoves they used, and they broke a fence post. So now we have a whole area for the horses that is unusable because it's literally the fence post that the gate attaches to. Sad.
Yeah, you know what you're doing this week. Well, I'm gonna help.
You volunteered to help. I sent you a video, by the way, in your email of how to get a fence post out that's broken.
Oh, good.
At ground level.
Okay.
It involves drills, bolts, and chains.
It's exactly what I said. Are you kidding me? And you know what she
so smart.
You know what she said when I said that?
I was hoping there was an easier way, honestly.
I can't believe. See, and I had no idea. It just made sense.
Yeah, well, that's what we're going
to I love it.
Some lag bolts. We got to drill a hole and then get some lag bolts.
It's exactly what I said. Yeah. Too funny. How do you feel now?
Like you're the greatest human being in the world.
That's how you feel.
And I'm changing you one farm job at a time.
You're taking credit, are you?
I am totally.
All right.
I take credit for everything in your life, so why wouldn't I take credit for that too?
I'm actually shocked that I was right. I would not have expected that. Well, that's
right. Super chat from Arago Starakin. I hope I said that right. Love from an Italian comics book school student.
Thank you very much. I would be very curious to see like a comic focused school in Italy. There are so many incredible artists that come from Italy. They have like a great atelier system, and just so many incredible artists come from Italy, Spain, South America, really the whole world now. But so many of my favorites are Italian.
All right, next super chat comes from Roz Art Post, but I don't see. I'm going to scan the chat for Roz's comment because There's no comment attached to the super chat. And then there's another super chat from Young Sinatra. Are there any books with great dynamic posing like that Joe Q Daredevil you studied on stream once? But that's my budget for today. Back to work, Echo. He's burned through his super chat budget. Well, thank you so much, Young Sinatra. Thank you for the hours of work that you put in so that you could super chat us, man. We love you.
Anything by Joe Mad, highly recommend for posing. You can't beat it. And Carlos Pacheco did quite a bit of stuff. He did Aerosmith with Mark Wade. Is that right? Mark Wade? No, Kurt Busiek. And I'm thinking of Aerosmith because they just mentioned it in Big Bang Theory. We're watching reruns.
We're done.
We're done. Okay, well, anyway, we were. And he did X-Men with Scott Lobdell, I'm pretty sure. And fantastic. He's done a lot of stuff. Anyway, my favorite book of his is it's the Mountjoy Crisis. It's Bishop Mountjoy Crisis. That's an incredible book. And also his Avengers book. He's got like this Avengers thing that just seas of characters all fighting and great figures. Anyway, phenomenal stuff. For like posing, I highly recommend that. Carlos Pacheco.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry. I found Roz art post's comment. Roz says, "Thank you both, and David, for sharing so much, and also congratulations on hitting your subscription." Mark. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. We hit a few marks that we really should have done this for.
Could you imagine?
But
575,000 people subscribing.
It's crazy. For a tutorial how to draw channel is, with no, like, I've seen some channels where people are really good entertainers, so I can see why you get an audience doing that. And I thought, okay, there is a real cap on what I can do with this channel because I just don't do that. And, it's not going to happen. So I thought, well, I knew I would enjoy it. I just feel motivated to do it.
Thank you.
But it has done much better than I would have thought.
We had COVID to thank for this.
Yeah, we have COVID. Yeah.
This whole channel happened because of COVID.
Yeah.
All right. Next super chat. So some good things can come from bad. Titus Illustrations has a super chat. Titus says, "Loving the sketches so far. Just want to know, how do you feel about the Master of Anatomy books?"
I don't know, which is a big hole for me. And I've heard of them and I just haven't studied them. Which is what, so we were talking about earlier on, it can be hard to find some of the books that I do recommend because they're old and they can be expensive. Well, there's so many phenomenal books out there that are like not even in my vocabulary because they came out, later. So, and I'm an old man now, so I need to take a look at them. I've heard that they're very, very good. Generally speaking, I'm going to say any book like that, any kind of tutorial, anything, if I can get one good thing out of it, that's like gold. Like the more you learn one little trick or technique or whatever, it's just so valuable because it gets harder and harder to find things that, you either don't know or are too hidebound to change, or not too hidebound, anyway, whatever. There's so much that I don't know. So I don't want to say, oh, I know everything. But I kind of learn systems for enough things that I don't think about enough, and probably I should.
So somebody asked, Bri asked, "Have you sold a newborn horse?" And Bri asks that because we canceled the stream 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because we were gonna be stream Monday, but then what happened on Monday?
It doesn't matter.
And then, so we moved the stream. Oh, it was a holiday Monday here. And I just completely forgot it was a Monday night and we had made plans. So we were like, okay, fine, we'll stream Tuesday, which was also David's birthday. And I was very much looking forward to singing happy birthday to David on the stream on his birthday. Except that at 4:30, we had a mare decide that was the day she was also going to have a baby. So we had to cancel that stream. And that mare did foal on David's birthday. And that baby we are keeping. It's a beautiful black and white colt, and his name, his barn name, like he has a show name, but his barn name is Albert because that is David's middle name. So we named the baby horse after Dave, and he will never be sold because now he is David's horse. David has baby Albert, and he's mine. Who's kidding you?
Yeah, I know.
He's also mine.
If he's my horse, the
But,
horse
you
is
know,
scared out of his mind of me.
yeah.
I can kind of come up to him now and let him smell my hand, but it always takes him a little bit to get comfortable, and I don't push that. You want to let him get comfortable in their own
Yeah,
time.
let him take his own time. All right, scrolling down through the chat. Johnny Dominion has a super chat. Dave, you and Meredith are more fun than you know.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. You should talk to my kids because they would disagree.
Yeah. That is
Although, you know, when they get older, then they like you again.
true. Ooh, ideally. So far.
Ever did?
Yeah, ever did. Take that. We'll see with Isaac.
Yeah. Jog Live has a super chat. Just thanks for drawing the White Rabbit. This was his suggestion.
Oh, yeah. And thank you for the suggestion.
Oh, and LV Senior. I'm sorry, I did not say that right, but he was good and reminded me to say to everybody, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Because normally I do that after the book of the week. And if you're watching and you're not subscribing, you must be, because Dave has 579,000. We're celebrating 575. We're almost at 580. Before you know it, we'll be doing a 600,000 subscriber giveaway. But in the meantime, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, get your friends who you know need this channel out, have them subscribe. Let's do this. Dave, keep putting out the awesome content. We're going to hit 1 million one day.
Well,
it's going to happen. I'm putting it out there now.
All right.
Put it in the universe. If you say it, it will happen. Do horses, Extreme maybe wants to know, do horses have middle names? My dog's middle name is LaFonda and Sunshine. They don't, because they don't tick me off like a dog does. Generally. They fill my soul.
That's how you define whether something should have a middle name?
Yeah, because you know when I say your middle name? David Albert Finch or Isaac Leslie Finch.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough.
It's because if you have a middle name, it's because you tick somebody off.
Right.
Generally, you do not use a middle name unless it's a name.
Or you could be Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Or you actually go by your middle name. Like my sister, her middle name is Andrea, but we call her Andrea. She doesn't go by her first name.
Jason Sean Alexander.
Well, that's different. None of us are famous, like in a Hollywood kind of way.
By the way, Jason Sean Alexander Meredith said that he would be willing to do a stream.
Who is Jason Sean Alexander?
He is an incredible oil painter, mixed
God.
media artist.
You know what? This is so embarrassing. I thought he was George from Seinfeld.
Oh, maybe that's the same name.
Is it similar name?
If it is, I don't. Whatever. Anyway, it's.
Oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing. How embarrassing am I?
Well, I know him. You don't.
Well, there you go. That's true.
Anyway, yeah. I managed to get a tentative commitment from him to come on. So hopefully we can do that.
But not next week.
Not next week, but coming
See,
up.
it's Jason Alexander. That's Jason. So it's fair. I could be used to Jason Sean Alexander. The Seinfeld guy is Jason Alexander. So it's not unreasonable. I could make that assumption.
Nope.
I'm like, how do you know Jason Alexander?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, you don't. So there.
I don't know a whole lot of famous people.
We don't know any famous people.
I know.
We're the most famous people we know, and we're not that famous.
I know the guy that played Gollum. What's his name? Andy
Adam?
Serkis.
Oh.
I got my picture taken with him at a convention.
Well, you don't really know him, do you?
I know him. Got
I
my
mean,
picture taken. It counts.
by definition of that, we all know all kinds of people. I've had my picture taken with people at conventions too. Doesn't mean I know them.
Whatever.
I know people like my friends. I know their drink. I know they like to drink. I know what they like to eat. They
I know
come to my
Kevin
house for
Smith. I
dinner.
got my picture taken with him too.
Yeah, you don't know him either.
I know, that's fine.
They have to actually know your name too, baby.
Yeah, fair enough.
Ned Smitty says, I know Dave and Kevin Smith by that measurement.
There you go. You do. See?
Right? That's what I'm saying. Mr. Force says, we know your name's David. And now you know it's Albert.
It's actually only the name they gave me when I went into witness protection program.
Oh, all right, yeah. Do you have a whole nother name that I don't know about?
Yeah.
A life before me?
From my espionage career.
Yeah.
Little known.
I'm not worried about the mafia coming for you.
Yeah.
Everybody wants this one.
How good.
Leon Leclerc has a super chat. Leon says, hi, Dave and Meredith. I ordered Skinbreaker Deluxe black and white hardcover. Thank you, Dave and Meredith, for this awesome channel. Ooh, I'm excited. You can order the black and white hardcover.
You can.
It's going to be
thank you.
amazing. It's going to be extra large size. Do you know, Dave?
Yeah.
Is it going to be big?
Yeah.
Is it going to be like your original stuff?
I don't know how big.
It's going to be the best.
That's the one I had to rescan a couple of pages because we had lost the scans were corrupted. You remember a couple weeks ago?
Is it going to be, if it's just like raw art, it's going to be so good. Because the pages are so good. Where are all the pages?
They're in the drawers right behind you.
Oh, nice. You actually put stuff away. Your office is like, you never hear me complain when I come down here anymore.
That's true.
It's actually, your office might be cleaner than the kitchen table right now.
Oh, it is.
Craziness.
100% it is.
Craziness.
Not even a question.
I mean, you can't even move in the house. I got like leftover, all wedding leftovers are sitting in the house right now. Still like plates that need to be washed.
Yeah. I'm looking for time. 8:32. So I've got about another, I'm going to say 10 minutes with this one. And then.
You can bang on a Batman in 20.
Yeah, I'll make it. Well, you know what? If it goes a couple minutes over, Meredith won't die.
I will die.
But.
Like I melt like the Wicked Witch of the West when you throw water on her. And, no Wicked Witch jokes coming my way. Thank you very much.
No, you're getting them now.
Young Sinatra says, I need to check Super Chats. I lost Super Chats. I am watching the Super Chats. So I missed a Young Sinatra Super Chat. Young Sinatra, just chat the chat. Because this chat. Oh, there it is. I got it. I found it. I've been watching it too. I got a couple of chats I missed. How is that possible? Sigh. All right. So the next one I missed was Trip Design Studio has a super chat. Dave, after a back injury in 2015, I was 26. Your tutorials changed my life. Now I'm a professional comic book artist on the Phantom and Marvel. Thank you.
Well, thank you for my very small piece of that. I will take it, and that is amazing to hear. That's awesome. That's great. I love hearing. And look, I know this is a career that you made, and the work is all yours. But I'll still take it, that small piece of it, and I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
And Young Sinatra has a super chat. Young Sinatra says, disclaimer, Masters of Anatomy aren't good with communication. I bought their $65 complete bundle today and still haven't received an email back. Apparently it's because they put DRM protection on the ebooks or licenses, so do not own them. I had to spend a little more to warn the chat. Aww. Thank you. And Charles Petrie says that he also said that we were going to hit 1 million one day. He says, I put it out there a couple times. So there you go.
It could happen. It really could. I never would
Agua
have.
Centellan says, yes, then 1 million will happen for sure. It's going to happen.
I mean, it's still a
If you
long
get
way
1 million
off.
subscribers, does that mean I can have 1 million horses?
Yeah, no, that's what it means. It means we're rich forever.
It's like horses and equal subscribers, right?
Look, I know there are people that get rich on YouTube. I know that happens.
Not us.
Not
us. Jessica McDonald says, Meredith, you seem so nice and supportive. It's good that she does not know the real me.
You know what? She is an evil, terrible person.
Wicked witch.
But she's also the number one person in my corner. And she's like that with all of her family. So, yeah.
I have mama bear syndrome
It
for
is true.
everybody in my life. I will go to the mat for you.
She really will. And nobody wants any piece of that.
You do not want to make Meredith mad.
There are times she'll say, "Oh, I'll take care of that." I'm like, "No,
Don't."
no.
Dave's like, "No, I got it. I got it. I'll handle that myself."
I still need this friendship. Thank you.
I'll blow your life up. Leon Leclerc. Oh no, I already read that one. That's the skin. Liam bought a skin breaker. See, I can't keep track of the chat tonight. To be fair, I'm still on I'm on wedding jet lag. It's worse than jet lag.
Yeah.
Providence LK says almost a guarantee of 1 million. Extreme Maybe says 1 million subs by the end of the year.
Yeah. No, there's no way. I don't know. Is there like you hit a critical mass and all of a sudden it gets easier? We have been pretty.
You could just suddenly blow up.
Yeah, I know. I will say it's been very consistent over the years. Like at the high, when I'm posting a lot of videos, or when I was, kind of more in the past, I would have months where I would get 11,000, maybe even more subscribers in a month, and certainly at least 5,000 for sure every month. It was going up consistently. After not posting for a while, that number dropped, and we were still going up because the nice thing about tutorial videos is they're kind of evergreen, So even though I wasn't posting anything, there's still the old content, so we're still getting subscribers. I know that we're getting I can't say subscribers. We're getting subscribers faster now because I'm posting, but yeah, we're not gonna get 1 million in a year. I'll tell you that much.
Sheldon thinks I said the B word, but I said the wicked witch.
You very well might have too. Hopefully.
I don't think I said the B word. I'm pretty sure I said the wicked witch. This is a PG show.
It is.
And Sheldon Walsh says 1 million would be the perfect amount of horses. Or what would be the perfect amount of horses? Actually, what we have now.
It really is. Yeah, we have as many as
somewhere between 15 and 20. I want that number to be slightly flexible, Dave.
Right. It needs to be what we can handle ourselves. Yes. They're a lot of work.
We don't have enough property for more. Is my personal philosophy.
Well, not just property, but also just the amount of work. You can only do so much.
Yeah. And
we have very babied, pampered horses, and I'd like to keep it that way.
They are very baby pampered horses.
All right, we're done.
Woohoo! All right. You know what that means? And I'm not behind on any super chats. I think I got all the super chats, so that means Eric can roll it. Oh no, Augie here. Thanks to Dave. I got the Keepers of the Mazur collection by Massimiliano Fazzetta.
Oh, yeah.
Heavy Metal and Sketchbook. Thanks, David. Costanza. That's from Renox X.
Awesome. Frazzato. Yeah. Great book.
I missed the super. I'm going to miss the super chat because the chat's going to explode.
All righty. Let's see who the lucky winner here is. And that is Creator.
Congratulations. I don't even think we did this for Henry. Let's do this for Creator.
Yeah.
There we go. Right? Well, congratulations, and thank you very much.
Yeah, congrats. Just email me, Creator, your details, and my email's in the pinned comment.
Congratulations, Creator.
So we've got one more to go, and when we're finished, we'll do just a couple of quick rounds of some books, some Monday Night Draw, and some prints and some things like that, and that's it. All right, Batman, here we go.
Let's do it. You got 21 minutes. You can do it. Jim Dickerson has a super chat. Jim says, folks ask me for art instruction books will work. And I always say, watch David on Mondays. How do you prevent vascularity from looking like noodles? You can show us on Batman, Dave.
I can't because
You're not drawing any arms.
So I'm just going to show you on this arm really quickly. So if I draw, here's a vein. And
supposed to be doing
I know. Here's another vein. And you see this sometimes, you know, that looks like a noodle. And the reason for that is I'm just drawing like a flat kind of tube. But if I take that, I'm going to erase that down. And really all I'm doing is I'm just going to draw the shadow on one side and nothing on the other side. So it's effectively a negative space drawing. So here we go. I don't want to get too crazy thick with it. And I also want to bear in mind, like I've got one vein kind of coming out into another one here. So I'm going to shore that up a little bit. Just a little heavier, a little bit in here. And so there. Doing it that way, it doesn't end up looking like noodles because I'm just drawing just the shadows. And then when I, put some shadow over top of it, I can bump it out into that shadow a little bit. Let's see, just like that. And it'll give it like a little bit of dimension, but you don't want to get too carried away with that either. But that really is the entire philosophy behind it in order for me to, really show veins. And I should do that, actually. I think that's a great idea. That really is what it comes down to. That's what makes the difference. Like I've got this arm here. You can kind of see it's at the top of the screen here. I've got like a vein coming through some tendons here. And so I would draw, here's a tendon, just shore that up slightly and then just draw the tendon through. And it reads like I've got something kind of like a vein there. I'm not drawing that whole line through. That's really how you make that work on a basic level. I'm going to do a Frank Miller kind of Batman. Be more fun.
Lost my chat. There we go. I can't do anything. Can't sing anything that like actually sounds like a song because then you get whatever.
You had way too small and I fixed it and it was still too small.
Why did you draw too small?
His head, like he had a big, huge face and a tiny little, needed a little adjustment.
What are you working on right now, Dave?
Batman. I know what you're asking. I can't tell anybody right now what I'm working on.
How many issues of Terminal are you doing? Somebody asked that question in the chat.
I can't talk about that either.
All right. Well, there you go. How was the wedding this weekend, Dave?
Great. Thanks. How many times I've got this pen out and I think it's cut off. Like there's nothing on it. And then when I put things away, I put it back with the other pens and pull it out again. So I put it over there.
Get it out of the way. Do not pick it up.
Normally I would just go put it in the garbage, but I can't really get up right now.
Here, give it to me. I'll put it with my stuff. And now it will be in the garbage.
All right.
I could throw it from here. I think I have no actual throwing skills. So I'm not going to do it. Surisen says Frank Miller Batman is the best Batman.
Yeah,
you don't have to be active in the chat right now. You have to be active in the chat when he's finishing.
Yes, within 10 minutes.
Within 10 minutes. You've got 10 minutes.
Well, you've got quite a bit more time now, but yeah.
now. Oh no! I wasn't signed into YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and it wouldn't let me like the chat without being signed in. That sucks. Now I'm signed in. It signed me in.
Oh no!
Hopefully I didn't miss anything because it reset my whole like. Sigh. Gaming Mule has a super chat because now I've lost my chat. Huge fan. Rarely get to join the streams. It's super late where I am. Thanks for all the amazing videos over the years. Inspiring.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for staying
tonight.
up late.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm only staying up till 9 o'clock, and it's late for me. So late. I can't like our wedding. They left. We were up till 1 o'clock on Saturday night, and let me tell you, that was hard.
Yeah, I had a good time, but it is a lot of.
We had a great time, but everybody else left at midnight, and then by the time the DJ packed up and the photo booth people packed up, then and we got up to bed and got everything. We were the last to leave. Obviously, it was on our property. We were the hosts.
It was a lot of watching people be drunk.
Yeah,
basically.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so did I.
The boys had a good time. Never be another day like it.
Nope. Now we're just looking forward to grandkids.
Mm-hmm. I've demanded girls. I put in my order. Can't have horses without grandbaby girls.
In North America, it's largely true. Such a female-oriented thing. Not so much in Europe, right?
I mean, more guys ride over in Europe for sure.
But still more.
I would say, okay, no, here's what I'd say. In the US, more men ride Western.
Yeah.
Not as many men ride English.
Yeah.
In Europe, obviously, very few people ride Western.
That makes sense.
So they all ride English. Do not close your eyes. Do not blink. Do not close your eyes. You can Martial Art Studio says, how are we supposed to annoy Meredith if we aren't active in the chat? Oh, martial art. None of you annoy me. I love you all. And Kaya Kamal says the older you get, the earlier you want to sleep. It's so true. And the earlier you want to get up in the morning.
Yeah. I'm still more of a night owl. I saw that Jim Lee was having some health struggles, largely from just staying up all night, and he's working as president of DC, plus doing Hush 2, plus that anytime they have an event book at DC,
he's burning the candle from both ends and around the center. You can't do that.
No, you can't. Like, you can only do so much, and he works so hard. And so, yeah, he's having to, I think, kind of assess maybe and slow down a little bit. Can't do it forever. I think in some ways he's working harder now than he ever really had been before. And, the results are showing, like, the DC is absolutely killing it. So that part's good, but he needs to watch out for his health for sure.
All right. Super chat comes from Kevin Mandeville. Hey. Kevin says, happy Monday, everyone. It seems like 100K was just yesterday.
It does.
I feel like he did he mean to rhyme? 100K was just yesterday.
No, I think you're just tired. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe he did pretend. Cheers. Cheers, says Kevin.
Well, it's nice to see Kevin here. And yeah, it really does feel like it was. that was such a milestone, you know, to get to 100,000 subscribers. It's
Big deal.
I never expected that to happen at all. You know, it was a very big deal. In a lot of ways, everything after that has been kind of, you know,
Anticlimactic.
no,
Stop it.
It's just been we've already gotten more and done more with it than I ever expected, and so, you know, getting to 100,000, I wanted that. Like, I needed that number just for my own, you know, look, see, we did it. And since then, you know, it's more, I'm more worried about the quality of the videos, and I don't want to, I feel like if I say it the subscriber number, I it's not my focus, truthfully, but I'm happy. I don't want to sound ungrateful. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. All right. Young Sinatra says, it's my final super chat of the night. I've been thinking of picking up the Finch Wonder Woman run. How was it like working with each other, and were there creative clashes? Dave made me cry. That's not true. You did make me cry. I was so mad at you one time.
Yeah. Okay.
But only that one time.
Sure.
I'm
And
mad at you every day of my life, but for different reasons that aren't creative.
And I do remember that, but it wasn't exactly like you know, we had some huge fight.
There was no big conflict.
You were just very close to the work, and, you know, it wasn't really about me. That's what I'm saying. I don't recall it that way anyway. I don't think so.
No.
But yeah, all in all, we worked together great. Meredith wrote.
We would just go for lunch.
Yeah.
And then talk about what we're going to do. And then I would write a synopsis and Dave would draw it. And then I go back and script it.
Yeah, I'd say, okay, panel or page, you know, 1 to 3, what are we doing? And then I would basically write out what she's telling me and panel, you know, and so we'd work out the whole book in really very little time. And then this is Marvel style. And really the way that I started at Top Cow, that's how we used to work. I would get like a 1-page synopsis of a story and then do all the, like I would say in the synopsis, pages 1 to 3, this happens. And then pages 5 to 6, this happens. And so if there's a double-page spread I wanted to put in, I could just do it and just shuffle things around. There was a lot of leeway with that. I have found I've gotten myself into trouble with that kind of attitude lately. In Terminal, I put a double-page spread in a place where there wasn't a double-page spread. It needed it, I think, you know? I have no regrets. But man, did it cause problems because the page count, it screwed up the page count through the whole issue. And so
people were not happy with you.
You know, so yeah.
You made some executive decisions that were not happy, that did not make the executives happy.
No.
All right, Young Sinatra has another one that I
would
missed.
do it again.
Got your Moon Knight with your crazy anatomy. How hard was it drawing all that detail and hitting deadlines on your run? Last one, I promise.
We appreciate everyone. It was actually not that hard, believe it or not, because I had come off of Avengers when I did Moon Knight. Avengers had so many characters that I thought, okay, you know, with Moon Knight, what I can do is just really focus on this one character. And so, you know, I get a panel, like a big panel on a page, and I can just spend half my day trying to make that look as cool as possible. And something I just could not do with Avengers. I had to draw so many characters constantly that, you know, every once in a while I'd really like a character, like a figure, but for the most part, I'm just having to draw them, you know? So it was a luxury doing Moon Knight after doing Avengers. And so I felt like I had a lot of time, actually. Also, one thing that did change, I started rendering a lot more. By rendering, I mean like a lot of the line work, you know, on Avengers. So I rendered quite a bit when I was at Top Cow, and then I stopped that for quite a while at Marvel and almost did none. And so my Ultimate X-Men, especially Avengers, it was more like this. And I'm going to do it in a second. So I would do this part here with pencil, obviously, and then just add a few lines here and there, and that would be it. And there are times I wonder, am I actually hurting my work by putting all the lines on it? And would I be better doing something more like this? And I don't know. And I cannot get a definitive answer to that question because there is no definitive answer. You know, every choice you make artistically, you're obviously excluding other choices, right? So, but there are times I think, you know, I maybe should cut back on some of the rendering a little bit and just be a little more graphic again. But then when I do that, I feel like I'm not doing my job.
You're mostly not doing your job
Okay.
anyway.
So I'm going to render
You're mostly
this.
down here playing solitaire.
This is going to be more of a Frank Miller style anyway. So I think this will actually work pretty well for more of a simple rendering. And so what I would have done if this was Avengers, I would do just a little bit out of here. And I would just fade out of the corners, especially of forms like that right there. Just a bit. Just like that. And I'm going to
Get active in the chat.
I'm going to do just a little bit here
chat.
just to
I
soften
never
this.
See it.
Soften that right there. I'm going to soften this form here. And what I would end kind of do something like that more. And I wouldn't go over the whole thing even. Just a little bit here. Just kind of softening forms. Just a little bit. Like a little here.
I got to read super chat.
Okay.
It's from Sean Jensen. Sean says, just want to say thanks, Dave. July will be 4 years since I sorry, I was talking. I didn't have the microphone. Sean Jensen. Just want to say thanks, Dave. July will be 4 years since I started drawing and I got off of my first sequential art job. The day I started drawing, I found your videos, and on top of drawing 8 to 16 hours a day. Hold on, here's another one. Second half of this message, I was told I got the job because I could draw cars, and I learned how to do that from your videos.
Hey, I remember the cars video.
So reminder to everyone, practice drawing everything. And thanks again, Dave.
That is amazing. Thank you very much. Yeah, I remember doing the cars video, and that's how you do it. You know, spending that much time, like really devoting, 8 to 16 hours a day to learning. That's how I did it. That's it. It's a commitment. It really is. It pays off. It is hard to quantify how nice it is to have a job that you just get up in the morning and you're drawing pictures all day. And, yeah, I think that says it right there.
It does. All right. Oh, I thought you were going to sign your name. I thought you were done.
No, I'm trying to keep the rendering to a real minimum, and I still am.
You're doing it Frank Miller style.
No, this isn't like some of the under stuff is, but Frank Miller, he had like a way with a brush that if you can do that, great. If you can't, you have to supplement it a little, and I'm doing that. I'm just trying to keep it much more minimal. It's amazing how much of what, like, I realize as I'm trying to not over render, how much of that just becomes rote. Like you just do it because that's what you do and you don't think about it.
Yeah, it's your natural habit.
Right. Is it really the right decision? Not necessarily. It's just what I do. And so that's what I do.
See, pushing yourself even on the stream.
Yeah.
Trying something different. Keeping it fresh. Keeping the love alive. I can't even read the chat. It's going so fast.
Yeah, because it's almost done. And if you don't know, you have to chat within 10 minutes of this being done. It is within 10 minutes. So if you're here and you want a chance to win it.
Chat if you want a chance to win.
Yeah. And you only need to really.
Not super chat because I will never catch it as this thing is flying through.
And so, chatting more doesn't actually increase your chances. So if you chat one thing, that.
Are you sure?
No. Pretty sure.
Do you actually know that?
Eric knows.
Yeah, you don't have to spam to be eligible. As long as you chat once in 10 minutes, you're eligible.
Once is enough. It's not how many chats you chat. It's just
right.
Okay, I want to do just a little bit more with this. Just a little in the background. Get some ink out of there. Can't do Frank Miller. Just have it floating. You need to have some.
You can do whatever you want.
You can, yeah, you can do whatever you want. That's true. Technically, you are right. This is why these pens never last for me.
Destroying it. Look what you're doing to it.
There's more that I want to do. I just don't. You know what? Run it up. Come on. Squeeze the last of the ink out of this thing.
Is there any ink left in that thing?
No.
It always kills me. You do stuff that looks so random, and then it always looks so good.
Well, thank you.
I mean, it doesn't matter that I know what you're doing, as long as you do.
Okay. I gotta sign it.
You do. That pen is trash too. Do you want to hand that one over?
No.
You can reclaim it.
I can reclaim that one. When it's empty, I just need a new
I
cartridge.
thought you totally destroyed the brush tip.
No, I do that all the time. All right. So
All right, good to go.
good to go.
All right, here we go. Xalith, Xalith. Congrats.
Excellent.
Congratulations.
I think his name is Mark. He just had a super chat.
Oh, cool. All right, good.
Well,
Congratulations.
Hold on. Applause.
Woo!
All right.
Please email me your details. Again, my email is in the pinned comment. I think YouTube's moved the pinned comment to the bottom for some weird reason, so it should be down there. Awesome. Yeah, congrats.
Excellent. Congratulations. And Logan Welsh has a super chat. Logan says, one of these days, can you do the flag with twogs? I don't know what that means. Flag, F-L-A-G-G with twogs.
Oh, it's a character.
Okay.
That would be a lot of fun. That's actually when I think of flag, I think of Howard Jakin, who we had on the channel a few years ago.
And Sheldon Martin says, Dave crushed that pen like it broke the fence post.
I ran an oversized U-Haul through it. All right. So we're going to do two more. I don't actually have this on my desk, so you'll have to kind of use your imagination for these ones. This is going to be we're going to do one Monday Night Draw, book, and two prints. So those prints will be.
And I apologize because I know a couple people said I missed super chats. I did. I can't keep up with the chat tonight. It just like when it goes so fast, there's no way for me to get back and get the chat. So the next time we do a stream like this, where we're doing a giveaway stream, don't super chat.
Okay.
That'll be the rule. No super chats on a giveaway stream because then I don't feel
you said it
awful. No, I say what I want to say when I want to say it.
Monday Night Draw and two prints. I've got a few prints. I've got like an X-Men one, a Moon Knight one, Batman. We'll make sure they're nice. The prints we have are nice quality, but so we're gonna do one of those. I would show you. I don't actually have the prints here. Jason has my prints, Essential Sequential, and he also has a Monday Night Draw books. I could find the Monday Night Draw, but
and anybody doesn't matter. Here's what's gonna happen
over there. I don't know if I should
just
grab it.
roll it now.
Let's roll the dice.
And apparently you can turn off super chat. So the next stream we'll turn off super chat.
Okay, so this is for the Monday Night Draw book, right?
Yes,
so
and two prints.
All right, that is
And two
Mark.
prints. Ooh, a book and prints.
Yeah. Mark 256 to be exact. Congrats.
Congratulations, Mark.
Woohoo, Mark.
Applause.
Yay!
All right, congratulations, Mark. And we're gonna do one more. So this is also going to be Monday Night Draw in two prints, and this is going to round it out. So one more chance to win something, and go.
Okay, it is Bergisu, Bergiesue. Congrats. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that, but
Bergisu, and we all apologize for saying it wrong because I guarantee we are. But congratulations.
Congratulations.
Also, applause.
Woohoo!
All right. So yeah, be sure to Eric, if you could let him know.
Yeah, sorry, I sound like a stuck record, but yeah, just check the pinned comment from my email. Email me your name and address. I'm getting an email ready to David and Meredith with all the winners, and once I get your information, I'll include it in there and send it off to them.
And we'll get your stuff out.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, so much for spending Monday night with us, and for all the great questions. And congratulations to everyone who won something. And we'll be doing this again soon. We're trucking very, very fast to 600. So next few months, we'll be doing this again. So hopefully if you didn't win something this time, you'll win something another time. Henry Jeremick has been here this whole time, never won anything.
And I don't think we've had a duplicate winner. So
yeah, he got his sketch this time.
Yeah.
I'm so thrilled. All right. That's it. Thank you, Eric.
Everyone. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Russ.
My pleasure.
Yes.
Thanks, Russ, for always moderating.
Absolutely. Have a great week, everyone, and we will see you next week.
Yep. Take care. Bye-bye.